Hello everybody, this is Michael.
And this is Vlado.
Thank you for tuning in to our YouTube channel. If you continue to enjoy our content, please do hit the subscribe and the like button and feel free to leave comments. I'm extremely grateful to be able to share with you today footage and video and photos of my recent promotion to Commander in the United States Navy. I'm so humble and so proud to have had two amazing guests of honor, Her Excellency Ambassador Virginia Palmer, and also Rear Admiral Upper Half Milton Sands of the Special Operations Command Africa at my ceremony. The narrator for my special day was my good friend and now brother from another mother, Major Promotable Jared Simic. I was able to include some really special sentimental pieces in the ceremony. The first is the Bible that we are issued as plebes or freshmen at the United States Naval Academy, which I've kept all these years and used to swear in, and also a Go Navy flag, which we use to cheer on the Navy football team. I had the great honor, as mentioned, of having Admiral Sands at the ceremony, but he also issued me the oath of office as well as swearing me in to my new rank. I really appreciate him and his staff taking the time out of their very busy schedule while they were in Ghana to conduct this ceremony. Of course, no commissioning ceremony is complete without those in our lives who support military service members, and for me, that's my husband, Vlado Bozic, who pinned on my new rank and also put on my new combination cover. Be sure to stick around after the promotion video and you will see a couple additional notes about another great honor I had, which was the Commander of the United States Forces in Africa, General Langley, who awarded me a Joint Service Commendation Medal. So please sit back, enjoy the ceremony.
Aquaba, good afternoon, distinguished guests, friends and family. Michael, Vlado, and our Office of Security Cooperation family, thank you for your presence here today. We are pleased all of you could join us as we recognize one of our own, Lieutenant Commander Michael Bozic Vallianos. We are honored to have among us Her Excellency Ambassador Virginia Palmer, Rear Admiral Milton Sands, United States Navy. Congratulations are duly in order. Based on his performance, FY23 Naval Promotion Board awarded Michael the Merit Reorder to the number 2 Foreign Affairs Officer in the United States Navy. Michael's promotion to Commander marks his ascension to the Navy's Senior Officer Corps. The rank of Commander is designated to those naval officers who merit the authority to command naval warships, ships, and shore installations. In keeping with time-honored naval tradition, and in the light of a 23-year career of leadership and sustained superior performance, Michael's Navy uniform will now carry the distinction of 3 full gold bars on his shoulder, silver oak leaf on his lapel, as wears a prestigious golden oak leaf acorn, embellishment on his combination cover, all as visual symbols of this command authority. To mark this accomplishment, Michael has requested the reading of the Navy hymn. I will now read Eternal Father, which is the Navy hymn also known as the Mariner's Prayer. Eternal Father, strong to save, whose arm hath bound the restless wave, who biddest the mighty ocean deep in its own appointed limits keep. O hear us when we cry to thee, for those in peril on the sea. Eternal Father, love we pray, those loyal spouses night and day. With them on Lord we'll forever know, their light that shines will brightly glow. Help us to know that our husbands and wives will always be there, inspiring our lives. Eternal Father, Lord of all, who guided all those who hear your call, to bring your love, peace, and reserve to those who for their country serve. Protect their lives that they may be a source of light at land and sea. It is now my honor to invite forward the Commander of the United States Special Operations Forces Africa, Rear Admiral Milton J. Sands III. Please rise for Admiral Sands, or as they say in the Navy, attention on deck.
Actually, before you do that, please, if I could, just gonna break the flow there for a second. If I could, just because I love a traffic audience. I just want to say a couple more things if I could about Michael and the significance of this day. So first, the jump from 04 Lieutenant Commander to 05 is a huge deal. So he goes from being really a junior or mid-grade officer to someone, as you appropriately highlighted, who command naval vessels, or is a level of responsibility that is significant for other people's lives, welfare, and the welfare of their families. And so it's not a small thing. Not everybody achieves that rank. It's really, really a big deal. And so I just wanted to kind of emphasize that for folks that aren't more familiar with the Navy and the ranks of the military. The second thing I would like to emphasize, and I wasn't aware of it until you mentioned it, was meritorious reward. This is something new in the Navy. And what it means is we do the board, and in a board you have a bunch of officers in there, and we review records, we rack and stack them in a scattergram, and we bore you to tears, but it's a good process for really finding out who our best and brightest are, who has, the term we use is sustained superior performance. And so we do that, and those officers are selected for promotion. Then the next part of the board is we take a look at that group of officers we've selected, and we try to determine who are truly exceptional. And in the military, if you can believe it, we're kind of rigid. And so we have lineal orders. So sometimes you're just kind of, in the past, you're just kind of waiting based on time to promote. And so what we've done in this meritocracy is we've created this process so we can identify these front runners and take them and just move them up. And so to be the number 2 meritorious rewarded is also incredibly significant. So most people don't get meritorious rewarded. I'm pretty sure I would have not have that, right, if I was did it. But to be moved up and to be moved up that high, it's just another testament to the talent that we have here with us today. So Michael, congratulations, it's a great honor.
I don't want to say it often.
Don't say attention.
Attention on deck. Last time I'll play this. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Admiral Sands. Lieutenant Commander Vallianos, please join Admiral Sands. Attention to orders. The President of the United States, acting upon the recommendation of the Secretary of the Navy, has placed special trust and confidence in the patriotism, integrity, and abilities of Lieutenant Commander Michael Vallianos. In view of these special qualities, as his demonstrated potential to serve in a higher grade, Lieutenant Commander Michael Vallianos was promoted to the grade of Commander, United States Navy, effective the first day of October 2022 by order of the Secretary of the Navy. Thank you, Admiral. You may be seated while Mr. Vlado Bozic comes up to pin Commander Vallianos' official rank and embellishments. captains will now administer the oath of office.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Michael Vallianos,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and
the
defend
Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance to the same,
and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well
and that I will well
and faithfully
and faithfully
execute the duties
execute the duties
of the office I'm about to enter.
of the office I'm about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Commander Michael Vallianos II, United States Navy.
All right, my friend, you're more like a brother now. Thank you very much for putting up with all of the shenanigans that I've asked you to put up with to get this knocked out. Thank you. Thank you to Your Excellency, Ambassador Palmer. Thank you to DCA Cheward, all of my cherished friends and colleagues who have joined us here today. Vlado and I are extremely grateful. I am so grateful to Admiral Sands for agreeing to take this time out of his extremely busy schedule right now in the middle of this massive special operations exercise. Thank you, sir. And thank you for explaining what is often difficult outside of the small world of the Navy to understand. You really articulated it, and I really appreciate you taking the time to highlight that accomplishment. Thank you, sir. I'd like to also thank my mom, Evelyn, who will see this video probably in about 2 weeks. My dad, my grandma Rose, my grandfather Orby, and my entire family for their support and always believing in me. Thank you to my husband Vlado, who has endured more challenges than we could have ever imagined on this journey in Africa. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who's believed in me, and a special thank you to those who did not believe in me. For it is a combination of that blessing and challenge which has led me here today. So in the Navy, we have a little something called a sea story, and I would be remiss if I did not take this opportunity to put you through a sea story. In 1999, seaman recruit Michael Vallianos from the desert of Las Vegas was on a Navy warship in Japan. I don't know what necessarily led him to do that, being from the desert, but there was no formal connection to the military, certainly not the Navy. But it was originally in support of an old crusty Navy captain, Captain Holmes, I'll never forget him, and a young African-American division officer, who was my division officer, my direct leader. They both saw something in me that at the time also I did not see. But their belief in me inspired me. After they pulled me aside and talked to me about the Naval Academy, I noticed how proud they were and inspired to have gone there, and my thoughts and horizons about what possibilities there could be changed. And it was important that I saw that in that African American division officer as well, because certainly back in 1999, that was a special thing. I applied to the Naval Academy, and I remember sitting in my little radar shack on the ship, and actually writing my name down on napkins or whatever I could, but I was writing as a third-class petty officer. I was writing Lieutenant Commander Michael Vallianos. And my ensign Divo would always walk in and be like, this kid has a really great imagination. And it was everywhere, but that was just what kept me out at sea, was just thinking about what possibilities could be, not even understanding what might come ahead. It was literally beyond my wildest dream that I could one day be a Navy commander. For it was those senior officers, as the Admiral mentioned, who had all sorts of bells and whistles and craziness rung when they literally walked past your ship or actually walked onto your ship. So that was beyond my comprehension. Fast forward 23 years later in the sea story. Here we are, and I stand before you in full reality as the embodiment of a person who has been blessed to exceed their wildest dreams, and I'm very grateful for that. There have been many challenges along the way, but there have been more victories and milestones, not the least of which is the honor of marrying a person who believes in me enough to sacrifice his dreams and ambitions in order to join my journey under unbelievably challenging circumstances. Vlado Bozic, thank you for being a steadfast support through thick and thin, and for directly enabling me to achieve my dreams. I love you. I would be remiss if I also did not recognize the phenomenal team that I have been surrounded by in OSC Guy. I'm going to ask each of them to stand individually as I call out their names in our office. First, Admiral Vallianos, please stand. Please give a round of applause. Next, my General, Jennifer Yaboa. The Lady Laura Miracle Empem. And North Dakota Obroni Stevenaji. This group of experts and professionals are the foundation of OSC operations. I kid you not. I could not have achieved anything without their leadership, their wisdom, their guidance, and fastidious care in keeping me out of jail. Medasi. I will leave you all with words of inspiration from Dr. Maya Angelou that summarize how I feel in this moment. I am a black ocean, leaping and wide. Welling and swelling, I bear in the tide. Leaving behind nights of terror and fear, I rise. Into a daybreak that's wonderfully clear, I rise. Bringing the gifts that my ancestors gave, I am the dream and I am the hope of the slave. I rise. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. Please come and offer your congratulations.
So as I mentioned, in addition to being promoted, which was one of the best days of my life, certainly in my naval career, I also had the exceptional privilege of being awarded a Joint Service Commendation Medal from my boss, the Commander of U.S. Forces in Africa, General Langley. It can't go without saying that such fantastic lifetime milestones can't be achieved without a fantastic support system. And part of my support system are these two gentlemen, Jared Simic and James Lambright.
I za kraj ja svima želim zahvaliti što su gledali ovaj video i želim zahvaliti i čestitati mom dragom suprugu Michaelu na ovom iznimnom dostignuću, na ovoj promociji i za sve što je učinio za američki narod. Hvala ti i volim te puno.
Hvala ti puno, Lubavi. Thank you to everyone for watching. We are so happy and proud to be able to share this moment with you all. We hope you enjoyed this content. Stay tuned because there are some huge announcements we have for you guys coming up this summer. Hvala puno.
I vidimo se. Pozdrav!
Bye!